All right, so now we thought we'd show you a rental, which you can rent a place for. This is a 3-story unit for rent. It can rent by the week, by the month, by the year, so whatever.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
We're back here with a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Kimberly Kagan, and I am the owner of Island Estates International here in Salinas, Ecuador.
Kimberly, how long have you lived in Ecuador?
I came to Ecuador in 2009 and then moved here permanently in 2010.
And what brought you here?
I was president of an international real estate company, and we did projects in different countries. So I had projects going on in Brazil, in Costa Rica, Mexico, and I had to travel every week to those places. So I would be leaving Chicago to travel to Brazil in the middle of February, and I'd land and it was like, oh my gosh, this is heaven. People live like this all the time. So when my youngest was in his second year of college, he came to me and said him and a bunch of guys were going to move into a house together, and he knew I'd be upset, and I'm like, okay, bye, so I started doing what I did for clients, which was to research where was a good investment. We did projects in Ireland. I mean, we were all over. And so I sat down and did a study for myself. And for me, it was important that it was easy to get a visa, easy to open a bank account. I was in my 40s, so I had to work. So I needed to be able to open a business. So Ecuador was one of the top 5 countries, and 3 of them were in South America. So Uruguay actually rated higher than Ecuador did. But we decided that to come to Ecuador as a place to try first because it was the closest. So that's how it happened.
And how many properties do you have here?
Our website has over 1,170 listings. Some of those are closed deals. So they're all on there as a number. So it's not that many, but it's a freaking ridiculous amount. And it has everything to do with, when I came here, I was one of 5 people who spoke English. And it was just around that time, I was on a House Hunters International show.
Oh, okay.
And so it like opened up. It was the first show done in Salinas, Ecuador. And so a lot of people were coming here and they couldn't talk to the agents here because the agents were speaking Spanish and my clients were not. So that helped. And over time, that's what happened. That's why there's so many.
And how long have you been in real estate?
I have been in real estate for 39 years. I am licensed still in Chicago. My family owns a real estate company called Kagan Real Estate. I still work there, but I live here permanently.
And what are the differences between Ecuador and the U.S. when purchasing a property and renting a property?
Okay. For the agent, it's much easier to work real estate here. There's less restrictions on paperwork, the documents that you need to have done. The process is there's no home inspections. There's not an attorney review rider. I mean, there's things that once you get the deal together, it's pretty much a deal. All transactions with foreigners have to be done in cash because they don't lend mortgages to foreigners. So for that reason, it's another reason we're not waiting for an appraisal or whatever else. I would say the biggest difference is that in the US, when you're purchasing, there is so much paperwork involved, even to close a transaction. The contract itself is 13 pages long. In Ecuador, we do an offer of purchase that's a page long. I mean, it's just the agreement between the 2 parties. So when someone purchases here, they make it a verbal offer. The offer gets accepted or whatever, and then I put an offer to purchase together with the agreement that they made. They don't have escrow companies here, so the earnest money is typically held by me. In the States, it's usually held by the realtor or an attorney. When I first got here, the attorneys held the money, but Ecuador doesn't like to see a bunch of money into anybody's account. Neither does the US, in all honesty. It's got to be your own money. So the attorney stopped wanting to hold the money. So when a client purchases, I typically hold the earnest money. It's not my money, it's the money for the transaction. We usually close within 30 days. There's one piece of paper to sign and one thumbprint versus the stack in the US. So for that, those are different in buying. In renting, I would say the difference in renting here than the US is typically in the US, you're renting for a longer term. You're not 2 weeks. I mean, maybe in a resort area, but I was in Chicago. It was a year-long lease. It was a 2-year lease, whatever. Here, people rent by the week. They rent for a month. They rent, So it's a lot more, there's a more of a process as far as turnover. I have a cleaning crew on staff. I have chauffeurs that take people around. These are people I've had to, because when someone comes here, they need all that. As far as renting, if somebody does decide to come here to investigate and then they fall in love and say, yeah, I'll be back in 3 months, they can reserve a place to rent with just the first month's rent. And then when they arrive, we always take last month's rent and a month's security.
Now, when you have foreigners coming to Ecuador, what should they know about a property, like when they're renting? For instance, the amenities.
For the most part, the rentals that we represent are usually fully furnished. I have very few that are not furnished, for one thing. But every owner is different. Some people, especially the Ecuadorian owners, they don't typically have sheets and towels because they think those are personal and they don't even understand why you'd want to use them. And to me, it's like, well, okay, but you go to a hotel. It's not like you have a fresh set of sheets. I mean, hopefully they're washed, but So the only thing I think when you're renting is to ask what's included in the rent. So if the rent's $700, does that mean the monthly maintenance fee is included? Does it have Wi-Fi and is that included? The utilities. People often ask me to include if the utilities are included. The problem with utilities is you could leave every air conditioner on all day long and go to the beach or go to Montanita for the week and someone's paying for that. I find that if the tenants are responsible for that, they don't do that.
Right.
But we all do that. We walk in a hotel, we turn the air on, we leave for 8 hours. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the waste. So typically in my listings, the monthly maintenance fee is always included. They call that aliquotas. Those are usually included, your HOA fees. And sometimes the owners include the Wi-Fi. Other than that, any utility is typically your own. And most of them come with dishes and plates, but you really need to check them because sometimes it's 3 plates, 1 pot. It's just different.
Yeah. Okay, Kimberly, do you have properties in other areas of Ecuador?
Yes, I am licensed for the entire country. And by the way, you're not required to have a real estate license here. So if you want to come on down and work in real estate for no experience at all, they allow it. I believed in getting my license because I think it's important, especially when you're talking to a client that you're not, last week I was a hairdresser and today I'm a realtor. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think there should be some training involved. So I did receive my license. So I have listings in all different parts of the country, and mainly because if you do a good job for a family here, they tell everybody. And they might have a family of 50 people that are like brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews. So I get calls from people that say, could you list my property? And I'm like, how did you hear about me? Well, you sold a condo here. Okay, but you're in Quito. It's 10 hours away. I don't know the market. How much should I ask? I don't know, and I tell them, is there an agent in the marketplace that you could work with? No, there really isn't one that we feel comfortable with. And my sister trusts you. Okay, and that's a big thing. I mean, that's important to me. I can give you an example. I listed a hotel in Canoa, which I've never been to Canoa. It's up the coast, north. The client was in Spain. She wanted to list her hotel because she had heard about me from a relative here. I listed it and explained I can't show it. She said, don't worry, I have employees in the hotel. Okay. A guy from Denmark called me and wanted to buy it. Asked me all kinds of questions. Anything I didn't know, I asked the owner. I sent it to him. He bought it. He saw it. He did come. He did look. So I felt good about that. The employee showed it because it's too many hours away from me. I negotiated the deal. It closed. Everything fine. But I never saw the property. I never met the owner. I never met the buyer. That is not common, but it's happened many times. Because the pricing here is so good that if someone sees something on the market so inexpensive, they're like, I'm going to buy it. I mean,
So we're talking about taxes.
So let's talk about taxes. So a retired couple gets their pension or their Social Security and all's great. Only their real estate taxes are $12,000 a year. Some ungodly amount of money, even $5,000. I mean, So one of the funnest things about here is I own an 1,850 square foot condo. My real estate taxes are less than $300 a year. So for people who are retiring, their money will go further.
Right.
And it's the US dollar, which is really important because you're not worrying about converting currency or whatever. So I think for a lot of reasons, people come down because of those things.
Now, we're in your office. How many staff members do you have?
All right, so I probably have 11 consultants who work with me. They're the agents that show property. Everything works under my license. And in addition to that, because honest to God, it takes a village to run this. I can't imagine with that many listings. I mean, every time we take a listing, there has to be pictures taken. I have to mention that I have 2 photographers on staff that run around taking pictures for me, because they're better at it. I mean, I do an okay job, but I've never been a photographer, just doing it all my life. I have 3 people that do the bookkeeping because this is a cash business. A lot of people pay their rent or their utilities to my office, and it's cash. So we need to account for that, put it on reports, send it to the owners. I have 3 marketing people. They work on the ads. They put things on Craigslist. If you know this, Craigslist knocks off after so many days.
Yes.
So if I put your listing on and we never do it again, that's the one and only time it gets. So we are constantly putting them back up. So it's a lot of work. I have a concierge person. She helps people who buy a property that might need furniture or appliances, or she'll go out and shop for that. The company doesn't make anything on that. She gets paid by the owner, or buyer, or whatever. So I think we're probably at about 20 people that work here. And thank God. My assistant, Shanti, has worked with me for 10 years. She started here when she was 18. She's been here for 10 years. So when I'm not around, she runs the company.
Yeah, Shanti's cool.
Yeah.
Can you let our viewers know how to contact you if they're interested in a property?
Sure. My company's name is Island Estates International in Salinas, Ecuador. My website is ieiEcuador.net. And my phone number, even though it's a Chicago number, it will ring me on my phone here. It's a Skype number, is 312-985-7703. And if you're in Ecuador, my number is 098-621-2688.
Country code 593.
Thank you.
And you probably need to have WhatsApp if you're going to call that number.
Yeah, and WhatsApp is an interesting thing because most of the people in the U.S. don't know what WhatsApp is, and it's the greatest thing in the world because it's texting internationally. You can do video calls, you can do, so many people here, the Ecuadorians, they don't even use just the WhatsApp, just if they're on Wi-Fi. That's the only thing. You have to be on Wi-Fi or have data on your phone, but it's a great thing.
Are there any other subjects you would like to discuss before we close out our video?
The only thing I'd like to say is a lot of times people come here because they're just exploring. They're not sure if they'd want to relocate. It's a great place to vacation. Do that. That's fun. But people they feel like they might be wasting my time because they're not sure they're going to rent or buy. And my comment is, first of all, I love meeting people. It's fascinating to me. After 39 years, I do it because it's different every day. You never know what the day's going to bring. But I like taking people out. And my feeling is, even if you don't think Ecuador is for you, you're going to go back to the States and people are going to say, where did you vacation? And, it's not a typical place. It's not Mexico or Florida or whatever. So you're going to say, Ecuador. Ecuador, tell me about it. And so many times I've made sales from people who talked to someone else who was not interested, but they were. So don't hesitate. If you have any questions or whatever, just want to come down and visit or just take a vacation.
Well, Kimberly, thank you for this interview, for giving us the opportunity to come here. We're going to take a look at a property.
Right now.
And we'll be right back.
All right, so now we thought we'd show you a rental, which you could rent a place for. This is a 3-story unit for rent. It can rent by the week, by the month, by the year, so whatever it is that you'd like to do. All the furniture stays, and this unit includes the Wi-Fi and the monthly maintenance fee. So even if you're looking to go for a vacation, the rent on it is $1,400 a month. So it's very cheap if you're comparing it to Florida or whatever. You can't rent a 4-bedroom penthouse for that amount of money. So everything, as you can see, stays. You have gorgeous views, not only of the bay, which is where our yacht club is, and the windows, I'm sorry, are not cleaned. I wasn't ready for that. But you can see our airport and the ocean on the other side, because we're on a peninsula. Your washer and dryer are down here on this level, and they do have a bathroom, a little half bath, off the living room. So if you had a party here, they don't have to go anywhere but on this level. However, if you want to go up, we have 3 bedrooms on the second level, and the top level has the master bedroom. So originally, this penthouse was set up for one of these bedrooms to be the master. So they're large. As you can see, there's lots of closet space, great views. Each bedroom has its own bathroom. So all 4 bedrooms have their own. But the owner of this unit decided to put his bedroom on the upstairs terrace. So there's 3 bedrooms on this level. And everything is included. They have sheets and towels, and so all you need is your toothbrush, your bathing suit, and you're all set. Here's another bedroom, same size. And, oops, sorry, the light on in the bathroom. Beautiful tile work in Ecuador, very inexpensive if you ever wanted to change tile out. It's not bad at all. Lots of closets. This bedroom has double French doors that open. Originally, this could be even an office. It's interior. There's no windows in here, which is why the opaque glass on the doors. But it's a great TV room or an office. It has its own bathroom also. So it's a perfect family place. Or even, think about it, if like 3 couples came together for a vacation, they could stay here and everyone have their own like apartment.
Yeah.
Their little space. All right, so now I gotta take you to the terrace, because it's pretty darn awesome.
Stairs.
It's a lot of stairs, and some people don't like that, so we have, most of our units are 1 level. But I wanted to show you kind of a higher one. So this has a private terrace. They used to have a hot tub, so you can see there's plumbing there, so if someone wanted to put a jacuzzi in here, if you rented long-term, there's a drain and everything. And you can see our airport better now. And then the military's at the hill. This is the furthest, most western point in Ecuador. So if you look on a map, this is what you're seeing. It's the end of the South America.
You see Chocolateria?
Yeah, you could. And then this is the master bedroom. So
Wow.
really cool. I mean, the doors obviously close all the way, and there are blinds and stuff, but I opened everything up so you could see it. There's a little tiny closet here, and then it has a walk-in area here. And the bathroom has double bowl sinks. Very pretty. So for $1,400 a month, it's not bad at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, 1,400 is very reasonable.
Oh my gosh, for all of this, it's like a house.
Yeah.
So, that's it. Okay, so Steve and Sean had asked me to show a property, maybe show a property while we were doing this interview. And I said, do you want something that's gorgeous or something that's a deal? And Sean said, maybe both, you know, whatever. So I actually chose this unit because this is a steal for this size and price and whatever. So let me tell you about this unit. This is located in one of our best buildings on the peninsula, one of the most popular. We rent more units in this building. It was built in 2014, and there's 3 elevators in this building, 2 jacuzzis, 2 pools, sauna, steam room, whatever. The developer is out of Cuenca, and this was his 2nd building on the coast. So this unit is the penthouse. It is in the front. There are other penthouses in the building that are on the sides and the back, but this is a front-facing penthouse. And it's just over 5,000 square feet, so it's monstrous. The condo is 3 levels, as you'll see when we go around, but the owner of this condo lives in the U.S., so a lot of the product that they brought in was imported from different places, and you'll see it, because it's just gorgeous. So when you come in the front door, there's a little half bath off the front door for your guests when they come in. And as you can see, this is the living room, and it goes right into like a 2nd seating area. This is where you maybe watch TV. There's a 2nd seating area, and then the dining room and the balcony. If you can see out the windows, you can see the entire, peninsula town of Salinas, the beach. That's the San Lorenzo beach.
And you'll see when we go around to the front the other things. One of the interesting things in Ecuador that was shocking to me is they don't typically have central air. Everything are these split air conditioners, which I thought was so weird because you've got them in every room. But it actually makes a lot of sense because you don't have to cool the whole house when you're in the living room. Just cool the living room if that's what you want. Or just a bedroom at night or whatever. So it really actually saves on costs. Ecuador is all about saving money, I swear to God. So the fact that the windows go all the way to the floor, both here and in the living room, look at this view. I mean, and this is a cloudy day. This is not the best day for you to see Salinas, but it's just gorgeous. They're building a new construction across the street, same builder. They've done a couple in other areas on the coast since, but this was the second. These doors open all the way up, all the way across, which is really nice because it brings the whole outside inside. I live in the building across the way, which was the first building they built, and I never have these closed. It's open all day long. The only thing I will say is one time a pelican landed on my railing, and I was terrified. He would fly into the unit, because what would I do? Oh my God, it would be awful. I ran down the hall and chased him off. But anyway, if you're don't have vertigo, this is a great view of the whole Salinas. You can see Chiquipe Beach from here. The sunsets, nothing blocks you all the way down because you'll see the ocean on the other side. They call that the Mar Bravo, which means angry ocean, because that's where the major waves are. We have surfing competitions there. This is such an awesome view from this place. You have jungle gym in the water, up here. Anyway, nice sized balcony. You can grill out here. Although outside of the fact that they have their kitchen here, you're going to be grilling upstairs because it's just beautiful up there. They put in a lot of decorative light fixtures, as you can see, a lot of different things. Ignore this. This is all the covers for the stuff when we're not showing it. Nice sized kitchen. They even have a little wine fridge. Dishwasher. They almost never have dishwashers here because maids, people that can help, employees that can help are like $20 a day. So a lot of people have someone in their unit that'll clean for them and cook, and they don't care about the dishwasher, but it was another freakish thing for me, the dishwasher. They have a little storage closet here, just a little bodega, but nice size. Okay, so now we'll go upstairs. I just love this place. So we have a nice hallway, the 4 different bedrooms that are up here. The master bedroom is actually this one, so I always show buyers the master first. They're all pretty impressive. But look at this when you wake up from this bed. Yeah. This is your view. It has a nice sized balcony, lots of windows, very bright, and it goes all the way across to the other bedroom. And again, very nice views, like downstairs. They have a walk-in closet area, as you can see, and a huge shower with 2 shower heads. So you can both shower at the same time.
And not freeze.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that's what most of them
Very
say.
nice. And I like this little step for if you have to shave your legs. It was all very well thought out. All
Now,
right.
I do have a question for you.
Sure.
If someone's purchasing, they may want to know if the furniture is going to stay. Or
Everything stays
everything
in this
stays.
unit. Look at this stuff.
But what if someone wants to bring their own furniture?
They can. And I mean, if that's the case, the owners would, I mean, all we have to do is put this on Salinas stuff on Facebook and this would all be sold in like a day. But it is nice for people coming from overseas to not have to worry about bringing a container, but if they did have like their special things, they can. They could do that. The second bedroom is almost as big as the first and has its own bathroom also, very nice. And it has access to the balcony too. I don't know if you noticed, but even the cove molding around is very, very nice. This is a unbelievably quality unit. So, bathroom. This bedroom here doesn't have access to a balcony, but it does have, when the curtains are open, you do have the view of the ocean also. They have a what do they call that? A blackout screen here. But you would, sorry, I should have had it open. You can get up here fast enough. Nice closet. I mean, beautiful woodwork. And all the, I mean, everything here. This looks like no one lives here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're here every year. They spend several months here at a time. But this has a double bowl sink, which we almost never see. And this bathroom is shared by this. They made this an office, but it would have been a small other bedroom. But it's a perfect office.
Yeah.
They have a little fridge in here. I mean, it's just perfect. All right, so now I'll take you to the terrace, which is my favorite part. Because it's like, are you kidding me? Just watch your step here because it goes down.
Your own private terrace.
Oh my God. You can take a shower in here if you want to be here and look. And now this might be interesting with that. But prior to that building there was no way anyone was seeing you up here. They do, what's really cool is you can put like plants on the outside of the ledge. This isn't scary because you're not like right down. You've got a, here's where they put more air conditioners if they needed more. But they have a wonderful bar, another gas grill, and all of this stays. So somebody just has to move in. They have a storage here. Little storage with shelves, rooms, whatever. But I want to show you at the bar area. They have another wine fridge, refrigerator. There's a fridge. They have a barbecue grill. I mean, this is a perfect place to have a party.
Yeah.
And look at the ceiling. Really nice wood. Everything about this place is quality. They do have a bathroom up here in case you were having a party and people didn't have to run downstairs, and your washer dryer up here. So it's kind of off the way, you know, not in the middle of your unit. It's a little bit out of the way for the noise and anything else. Different.
Yeah.
So that's that. So let me tell you about it. This property, the monthly maintenance fee on this is $397 a month. And we just reduced it in January, right as the season started, to $499.9. That's really a great price because there's a unit in the back that's for sale for $499. Not the same with the view.
Right.
This had been much higher priced right before. We had just put it on the market right around the time COVID hit. So we couldn't show, we couldn't do anything, and the owners dropped the price in January. The biggest thing with this is it's a little higher ticket price than most of Salinas, you know, than a lot of the places, but it also is 5,000, you know. So I've been marketing this to California buyers, Vancouver buyers, you know, different buyers that are looking to leave the high taxes. I don't know if I have the taxes here, but they're going to be less than, I think, $600. I mean,
Right.
It's just ridiculous how inexpensive it is here. So, did you have any questions for me?
No, it's a gorgeous property. Like, I mean, with everything, because in the States, you would not even get any of this.
No.
So you get a blank
Not for the
canvas,
price.
No.
blank canvas, especially for the price. But yeah, this is beautiful.
And the fact that this furniture is not just, I mean, that furniture in the bedrooms, that
Yeah.
is expensive
Yeah,
furniture.
yeah.
The kitchen stuff, is unbelievable. The TVs, I don't know. It is a bargain. So you asked for gorgeous and a bargain, so this is it. But we have prices all over the board, so.
All right, stay tuned.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.